How does PS Audio calculate the price of their products? A straightforward question. And it comes to us from George in Aberdeen, New Jersey. And George writes, I was wondering how your company calculates the price of a new item that you'll be selling in today's competitive market. Let's see if there's more. There's not. Well, okay, George. From New Jersey, that's very straightforward. All right, how do we calculate stuff? Well, every company probably has their own formula. I know some companies calculate pricing based on what the market will bear. Others calculate it on what they think the products are worth given their styling and the positioning. You know, you take a company that's in the what I call the ultra luxury areas, you know, where we're talking $100,000 things. They're not going to produce something that's $59 to exaggerate a point because that doesn't fit into their model. So their pricing is going to be way over here, and then they design in order to justify that extra high price. And then there are companies who are on the other end of things that they only make really affordable stuff. So they're going to struggle real hard to just shave off every penny and, you know, take out everything that isn't necessary to get that price as low as possible. And PS Audio is different in that perhaps we are more traditional. Our products are a direct reflection, in every single case of what it cost us to build it. It makes it easy, right? So when I take a piece of equipment, there's 1,000 parts in it, however many parts are in this, and there's a lot of parts. And by parts, I'm talking about electronics and printed circuit boards and transformers and chassis and screws and nuts and owner's manuals and packaging. I mean, the whole Megillah, and labor. You know, what does it cost? So, and when we build something, typically we're an assembly place, right? We have a big engineering team, which those of you that have visited have seen. It's about 15 people in our engineering department, which is really big for a company anywhere near our size. I mean, most companies in our industry, even the bigger ones, have 2, 3, maybe 4 engineers. You know, we are definitely an engineering-based company. So we design everything from soup to nuts here, and then we produce it here. But we do it through subcontractors. So we don't have giant machines stamping out chassis. We send that out to a place here locally that does stamp out chassis. And we don't manufacture our own printed circuit boards. So we design them, we send them out to a subcontractor, they come back and say, all right, it's going to cost you $100. And you know, they go out and they buy the parts that we tell them to, they stuff it in the places we tell it to, they test it, they send it here. I mean, and that's, so we gather all of these outside resources that we've told build this stuff for us, collect it up here, assemble it, test it, burn it in, test it again, and ship it. That's how we do it. And we spend, oh my God, we spend so much time with what we call cost of goods sold. So it's a pretty complicated process. One that, thank God, I don't have to deal with. I mean, I know how it's done, but I don't have to deal with it. So we got people that do this, right? And they tally all this up and they come at it and say, this is everything that it costs us to put that sucker on the shelf in a box. Everything. I mean, that includes what does it cost in freight to bring those circuit boards, like many of our circuit boards are made in Kansas. And so what's it cost to ship a circuit board from Kansas to Boulder and get it through our front door and get it through inspection? What's that cost? That costs that much. Okay, that's an adder that goes on. It's really complicated. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole process. But whatever that final number is, they come to us and say, here's what it is. We just simply multiply that by a formula that has changed over the years. I mean, God, when we first started, it was like 2 times, and we nearly went bankrupt. And then it went to 3 times, and then 4 times. Somehow we wound up at 5 or 6, and it's, you keep, moving the multiplier up and down to try and stay as high value as you can and still try and stay in business. I mean, we don't have big bags of gold over that we're accumulating. I never forget the one of Scrooge McDuck jumping into his pool of bags of gold. So that multiplier varies depending on how well the company is doing, what it needs to do, everything to support this building, and that's all done through the multiplier. And we have financial wizards that come and say, you're going to need a multiplier of X. And that's what it is. So whatever the product is that we build, we just add everything up, multiply it, that's the retail price. Now, the only fudging that we do at all, if it comes in at $5,133, we might change that to $49.95 because that's an easier price to handle, right? So it gives us a real good ballpark, and then we stick within it, and we try and make it like $24.95 because people are used to that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, that's how we do it. So whatever you buy from us, just know that it is a direct reflection of what it costs us to put it on the shelf and to get it to you. Okay? Thanks. Talk to you tomorrow.